Hey everybody, how's it going? So, the balance patch just came out today, and it wasn't a really big one. There was only 3 units that I really cared about, maybe 4, depending on who you are. But let's just get right into it. So, Little Queen Charlotte was one of the buffed characters, and I saw her changes, and it seemed pretty small. They just gave her the crit chance imprint, and they made it so her S3 now has extinction. That's it. That's all they really did. I don't think this really fixes a lot of the issues that are still prevalent with this character, like just getting debuffed, getting reset, etc. I think you have to use her really aggressively if you want to take advantage of the changes. She might be good in Arena, maybe, to deal with characters like ML5, but I figured I was just going to go full damage, kind of speedy, and use her in Cleave. A lot of people say use Tachi, and I kind of agree. Tachi is her best artifact, but when I was doing the math, I realized every person that I fight is always drafting MLU with some crazy mitigation like Crimson Armin. And if I used Tachi, I wasn't doing enough damage. So I said, I'm just going to go for this and always draft an attack buffer. That's kind of how I was going about it. And she seems okay. She's like, okay. I don't really think that it's an amazing change. It's a nice situational change, but it just wasn't really that big of a deal. So I wasn't a huge fan of it. I would say it's not too important. Now, let's talk about the more important ones, I would say. Requiem Roana got a really big change. I have a terrible build on her. Like, let's be real. You don't need insane gear in Requiem Roana. I only have 1 hit set and then a bunch of random crap. All you need is a ton of effectiveness and ideally a ton of attack. Some people go like counter set and hit set. I don't know, triple hit set would be pretty cool. I just don't really have gear for this type of character. But she doesn't need good gear, the rest of your team does. I think the change to her is pretty huge. They made it so now her S3 does a little bit more damage, like 0.05 scaling multiplier, which is terrible. It's like no extra damage. But now it dispels a buff. So that's kind of a huge deal, right? Being able to strip a buff before resetting. And now her S2 doesn't have a cooldown. So if your character like Lua in the front position, and then the opponent has someone like MLU, Lua taking 2 turns in a row will push Roana up to 100%, rather than her just being stuck at 50% and useless. So, those are pretty significant changes. I think she is the best character of the balance patch. I think the changes are pretty big. I fought against some people that had barrier set on their units, and her S3 broke the barrier set doing the damage, then stripped the immunity, and then reset them, which I thought was crazy. Now, if you're against someone like Crimson Armin, it probably won't do enough damage to strip the barrier, but if you have an attack buff for Requiem Roana and you have high attack, I think even with Crimson Armin, you might be able to strip or destroy the barrier, then strip the immunity, which means then she doesn't have many counters. So maybe she's like a really high gear character now, if you have like an attack set with ton of effectiveness or something, or maybe you just go really insane attack now. I think she has a lot of potential though. I think this unit is probably the biggest winner of the entire patch. I think it's a pretty huge deal that they gave her a strip before her S3. Because as long as you're always pre-banning something like MO Landy, then the most they can have is the barrier and immunity. And if you can deal with both, then kind of screw them over, right? Of course, Laya is really good, because Laya is able to actually reset the reset. But pushing back Laya gives a lot of Cleave teams that extra leeway to actually be able to put the aggression on and maybe deal with her before they have a chance to respond. Now, let's talk about Top Luluca, my favorite unit in the game. I gave her some decent gear. What they did is they kind of just shuffled around her stuff. I'm actually really not a fan of her changes at all. Let me just straight up say it. They moved the attack buff for allies to her S2. So now you're forced to S2 if you want to buff your team with damage. Her S3 gives the 20% CR push and buffs her attack before it goes. And now they increased her soul burn damage with S3. So they got rid of the soul burn here, which was kind of cool, and they moved it to here, and it seems to be like a 25% damage increase. She has a 1.6 damage multiplier, and now it's a 2.0. That's the soul burn. Is that going to kill a Karina, a C Armin, an MLU Fiend, any other tanky bruiser, any sort of anti-cleave unit in the entire game? No. It's not going to kill any of them. So that kind of sucks. It's not really enough damage. And now she gives a barrier with this, but as soon as you use this ability, if your opponent, you know, most people draft stuff that counters non-attack skills, like something like Summer Luluca or Politis or something, well, now you get punished for that, right? So that kind of sucks. Like, you're getting punished now to buff your team's attack. I think what they should have done instead is keep the soul burn on here, just straight up increase the damage of this ability, keep the team attack buff on the S3 as well, and give something else to S2, because nobody's using this S2 for the barrier. Nobody cares. The barrier is not important. After her first turn, it doesn't really matter. I think they either had to... Oh, also she gets 4 more speed, I believe, which is great, but not enough, right? I can't build her 300 speed even, so there's no point for me, right, to even try to do that. I think she's a pure whale unit. I think you need insane gear if you want to make this character work. If you want to hit the speeds necessary to be an opener. I don't think that she does enough damage. I don't think she supports the team enough, and I don't think she has enough speed. I think they should have focused on one area rather than trying to spread her thin by going into every single area. So I'm not really a huge fan of that change, honestly. I think it's overall a little bit on the weaker side, honestly. Also sucks that she has to use her own book for that, so you can't even use it to support the team, really. Just seems kind of pointless. She needs to ignore either damage mitigation or damage sharing or something on top of her S3 to really ever kill anything in the current game meta, right? And now we got one more character to talk about, but I actually don't own them. Now, let me just give my thoughts on this character. No, I did not even get to use them. So, you know, take this with a grain of salt. Maybe I'll be proven wrong. However, here's how I see it. I don't even own this character, but I could get her if I really cared. I think her change is not amazing. I think she's going to be the same as Elvira, but maybe even worse, honestly. Elvira has an S3 that strips her buffs, defense breaks you, and puts like unhealable, right? Falconer Clary has an S3 that strips her buffs, provokes you, and defense breaks you. Elvira's S1 provokes. Falconer Clary's S3 provokes. Falconer Clary removes their fighting spirit. Elvira removes their fighting spirit. You noticing there's kind of similarities in everything there? But Elvira is not a character that you can use all the time. And also, Falconer Clary has to actually attack the character to remove their fighting spirits. So if you attack an MO Landy or an MO Fiend and they counterattack, okay, you got rid of their fighting spirit, but you also just took a crap load of damage to the face. That seems kind of crappy. Maybe she should be uncounterable or something? I don't know. I mean, her being a knight is really helpful, but just as a whole, I'm not really seeing it. Maybe I'm wrong, but I'm not really seeing it. In the past, people didn't use Falconer Clary because it felt like she S3s and then does nothing. Now, maybe she has a little more usage, but at the same time, I'm not feeling it. I think she's still going to be really hard to use, but I will say being able to strip and defense break and provoke for 2 turns is really nice, but you're also still going to be weak against a lot of the cleansers and characters like Laya, so little bit of an issue, I think. She might be really decent against Euphane, but I kind of feel as though Elvira might be a little more secure. That's my current thoughts, though. And hey, maybe I'll be proven wrong and it'll turn out she's amazing, but I just have my reservation against that character. The only other characters that were buffed was like Clarissa, and they also buffed Victorious Flag in the guild. Let me actually just quickly look at that. Just one final thing. I think that Victorious Flag change is really insanely good. I think it's incredible now. It only works on RGB units, which I guess balances it out a lot, but getting 16% damage and 16% damage resist is god tier. The problem is there's not a whole lot of RGB units that actually want to use this because a lot of the RGB units are kind of pigeonholed into using a specific artifact they have to use. So if it's a character that doesn't have that, well, then this is good. So like, how many characters don't have that? I don't know, like Charlotte as an example. So you'll have to make your own judgment on that one, but that's kind of how I feel about it at the moment. It has crazy potential. It's just not many characters really make use of it this second. But all in all, that's kind of my thoughts on the balance changes at the moment. For the rest of the video, I'll just show you some examples of some of the games that I played. It was fun trying the characters out, but I was a little bit disappointed in how Smilegate approached some of the buffs. Even before I tried them out, I was kind of thinking, I don't know how I feel about this. But I am pretty excited for the new character that's coming out in a week, and hopefully I'll have a lot of fun with that character. Also, draft mode is actually really fun. Recommend trying it, even if you don't really like RTA. So anyways, thanks so much for watching, and I hope you enjoy the rest of the video. Hope to see you next time. It's a Washdog. I'm pretty sure this should work.
Nothing personal.
Right?
Just business.
I have like a million effectiveness too. I have like 250 effectiveness on Roana. And she strips buffs, which they don't really have, but this should be free, right? Okay, push back. And then, I mean, I go for the big boom. I don't even have attack buff, but I don't need it, I don't think. Yeah, no, he's gone. And extinction, and briefcase, and explosion. Bing, bang, boom. And then, yeah, okay. Wow. Well, that was pretty smooth. Holy crap. As soon as I saw he was from Japan, I started sweating, dude. Look, he almost outsped me. The moment somebody's from Japan, it's like, oh no.
How lucky you really are. I'll give you the show.
He's on Warhorn. He's insane. So this should do a... Wait, does it do the damage then strip? I think it does. Wait, let's find out. This is for science. It does the damage then strips. Barrier set doesn't work unless they actually have like an Aureus. Oh. You guys want to see how useful Benimaru is? Oh no, Benimaru! No, he's activated! Oh crap, what am I gonna do? No! No, Benimaru's passive procced!
Stop now that I've won? Alright, let's do this.
I have been humbled. Dude, I have a 258 speed Zeo. So are you telling me that this top model is like 320 something speed? Is that even possible? I don't think that's possible. I'm pretty sure that's just speed RNG. I literally don't think that's possible. I'm pretty positive that's literally impossible.
I've been waiting to try out these new clothes. Brace yourself. I thought I was finally free.
Slowest Japan player right here, bro. Slowest Japanese player.
I've got nothing to lose.
Do you smell that? That's the smell of when this all runs its course.
Dude.
What will
This guy with a 320 Conqueror from Japan? Is it this guy? It could be this guy. Because she has around the same speed as Emililius. He's him. This guy is literally him.
I know I'm beautiful.
Username is Chinese though. Yeah, but also 90% of the Japan server is Chinese players.
Need my help?
Japan region is just China number 2.
Sword will pierce your heart.
Not even kidding.
Victory is mine.
Is there any way I can win this? Like, my Ed is popped off, but... That's the Emililius? Jesus.
Are you here to capture me?
Is there any way I can win this? She does so much damage to Edward is the issue. Wait, isn't that good for me? Wasn't that like kind of not a good play? Wait, I didn't even land anything on her. I did land that on him. And I landed that on her. Shit. It cleanses the sleep first. That's bad. Bro!
Are you ready?
She resisted earlier. Wait, that's a huge deal.
I'll win for
I'm sorry, my love. I'm sorry, top model. Forgive me.
Any last words?
Yamado!
Life or death. Pick your poison.
The last thing you see, hand girl. By the way, Violet's S3'd Snow Evasion. Wait, he S3'd? What? When did he do? Why? What is he? What? I wasn't even paying attention. What the hell is that, bro? What are you doing?
This is hard.
Wait, do I actually win? Hold up. Hold up. Oh yeah, of course I still missed. Why?
Are you here to capture me?
Come on, dude. Like, this This is so bullshit.
I'm ready.
Fuck you, man. It doesn't matter, he can't counterattack. Die! No way I miss again. Oh my fucking god. Ah! What is wrong with this game? This is just a comedy of errors. What is happening? The second S3 on Karina. He's gonna get his S3 back. He's on Violent Talisman. Oh my god. Wait, he's like a 30% chance to dodge now on top of it. This is such a clown fiesta. He has S2 back, but he still doesn't have S3. We still have a chance. Okay, we hit him. Okay, okay. Nobody cares, Politica.
Battle preparations complete.
Rocket, oh, you're done. I don't even, my eyes can be closed. You're dead anyways. I'm just gonna keep clicking here with my eyes. You're dead. Yeah.
This is hard.
I don't need to see. We beat the whale. Hey, it's Washdog again. Yeah, I don't think we really care about Edward. So you get the CR push here. And then we have 250 effectiveness, so we're definitely pushing him back. Like, no way he's not getting pushed back here.
It's a Requiem.
Surely, right? What? That's in resist, resist, resist. Hold up. What? But I have stealth. I have stealth. No big deal. No big deal. I'm stealthed. You can't stop me. Oh my god. What in the world, though? That was a shock to me. I can't believe it. Dude, I have 250 effectiveness. Like, what's this guy been eating? It's insane. Jeez. It's actually so good having Guiding Light on Watcher Shuri. Like, if he could have S3'd Watcher Shuri, I could have potentially lost to Edward counterattacks against Spectre or something maybe, but that made so there's no way I can lose.